So what's the question?
Oh, shut up.
Shut up. Come on, get over here. You want to blackmail me with an iPad?
No, I want to.
She did.
That's not blackmailing.
Right, listen.
What?
Simple compromise.
So yesterday,
It was yesterday.
Yesterday we watched a movie.
let me put this away.
Baby.
No. Yesterday when I said you guys go to bed, right? And I'll go to work.
Yes.
Ta-ta.
Hey,
It's fine. I'll do it too.
everybody put it over there. Stay straight.
Says the Hunchback of
So-
Notre Dame.
So yesterday I get out of the house and I'm walking left, right? Right here.
And the light turns on.
No, listen. And I look to the right and there's a guy that doesn't look like he should be here. Like 6'1", dark hair, curly, because you know he has curly hair. So anyways, so I look at the guy, he has a dog, he's a white dog. Doesn't look like it's his dog. And he's over there kind of looking at me, like sitting in front of our building as soon as I get out. So I walk left to go towards the cabin. And he starts following me, right? And you know when I walk really fast. I really walk fast. I don't have time to kind of walk slow, unless I want to walk slow. So I'm walking fast, and I have a trick that
What?
I have a trick. If the light is behind me, I look at my shadow on the ground, right? And I judge it. And if somebody is coming behind me,
You see their shadow?
you see their shadow approaching, right?
It's how you do it if you look in the mirror and you see the reflection.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna walk around with the mirror.
No.
What I'm saying is, it's a trick. Like
I have
I'm,
a trick where if you like look here, you can see the reflection behind you.
yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the mirror like this. No, so I'm walking kind of fast, and I look just to be sure, because nobody can approach you without a shadow. They're gonna have to have a shadow, right? Now, this guy with the fake dog, walking kind of fast, like his shadow's approaching, and I kind of look at him. He's looking at me, and I go in the middle of the street. I don't like people behind me when I'm walking, right? Because it's safer. Why are you behind me? No, there's nothing left. Like, why are you behind me? Why are you walking faster than I'm walking fast, right? Good. Okay, one of the things that makes me the best cab driver in the world, and I could have been a race car driver,
Right.
it's because I judge speeds. Like when I'm driving, I always look in the mirrors, pop, 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 always. It's like a reflex. I look left, I look this, I look at the angle you don't see, and I judge speeds. I don't know, I have this talent where I judge speeds. I look at speeds, and I know, like when I get angry or I do tricks with the car, because you know I can do tricks. I can squeeze in a length of a car between cars, and I judge the speeds of the other ones coming in, and I've never had a crash, right? But I can do tricks in traffic, so I judge speeds, and that's the thing. If I want to see what somebody's doing on the street, I walk faster, right? And I slow down a little bit, and I want to see, you know what I mean? So anyways, this was strange. So I'm walking in the middle of the street, and I already thought to myself, oh, this is kind of strange. Like, number one, this guy I've never seen before on the street. Doesn't look like it's his dog. Why is he walking fast? Why is he kind of looking at me? And remember when I caught the Cuban guy stealing from us, the one we helped? What did I do? I left for work, and I left him the movie about the history of Cuba, which it's kind of forbidden in this country, right? To see the shit with Fidel Castro. There was a documentary on Netflix, which should be very interesting for him, right? And I put him Spanish subtitles. And I went to work, and I realized I forgot my wallet. So I turned around, and I'm talking 5 minutes later. When I open the door, the Cuban guy is not in the living room looking at the TV. I was like, this is very interesting. Why is he not watching TV? And he comes in from my room, from the hallway in the direction where my room and your room is. He had no business being in there. And he's like, you know, when he heard the door, and he comes in, like, I went to the bathroom, but I think he came from my room. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, maybe it's nothing. You know, you want to be... You want to be like a detective where you notice stuff, right? But you don't want to be like crazy paranoid, right? He was like, okay, I noticed this. This is information. I put it down, and this is very important for the future. Always think the books I think I read about the CIA people when they walk into a room, they know everything. They know these gloves shouldn't be here, right? There's a suitcase. Somebody maybe it's packing trying to go. Like they notice all kinds of stuff. Like this guy didn't cut his nails. Like look at the shoes, they're now clean. You know what I mean? They notice about people's character. So I always try whenever I'm anywhere to be aware, not to be like an idiot on his phone who's kind of like looking at the phone and doesn't know what's going on. That's how you get killed. Anyways, so then the thought, so I was like, okay, this kind of sounds strange with the Cuban guy. I don't want to blame him for nothing, right? Because maybe he's innocent. Maybe he really did go to the bathroom, even though it doesn't make sense. In 2 minutes, you got to go to the bathroom. And I'm walking down the stairs, and I said to myself, if he's doing something he's not supposed to do, right? When I walk away, he's going to be by the curtains on the window looking at me to make sure I walk away before he does the shit he's not supposed to do, right? He's just like, he got almost caught doing something, and now he's going to make sure I walk away, and whatever he has to do, he has time. So as I'm walking away and he's behind me, I said, if he's doing something he's not supposed to do, he's going to be by the curtains looking at me. But he's a grown man. I'm not a fucking gay guy, right? He's not a gay guy. Like, why would he look at me, right? So I'm walking away, and I look back. Guess what? He's by the fucking curtains looking at me. So I know, like, he's doing something he's not supposed to do. And he wants to make sure. Like, this was like 100% I knew, right? Do you know what I mean? So that's when I sent him to the movies with you guys. I found that he stole stuff, right? He stole one of your Charlie Kirk hats.
And the piano covering.
Yeah, and a bunch of other stuff. Anyways, and I think he thought he was going to get caught and he took a bunch of stuff out. Anyways, so I want to say about this. You look like this guy. I looked at him like, and I'm not paranoid about nothing, right? Because I don't care. But, like, what's he doing over here sitting in front of my building? I've never seen him before. No, we lived here for 15 years. And you look, there's an energy. People have an energy. And you have an instinct about people's energy where it feels wrong. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's something doesn't fit, right? And then the dog, whatever. By this moment, kind of like with the Cuban guy in the hallway, you can look at me as like, hey, this guy's crazy. He's like nuts, cuckoo, right? He's paranoid. But then I'm walking in the middle of the street. He's kind of keeping pace. And I get to the cab, and I go and sit down in the cab. And he goes in that Marine building, right, the one to the left, kind of goes and kind of looks at me. Because I started smoking a cigar. I put a cigar, I'm just drinking my coffee. And he kind of goes in the building and then pretends to speak on the phone, and he's taking pictures of me in the car. So then I know, hey, I'm not just crazy. He's taking a picture, then pretends to speak on the phone, and he's taking another picture. He took 3 pictures of me sitting in the cab, right? And at this point, I should have got out of my own cab and taken a picture of him, right? I should have. No, I should have. It was wrong. But I didn't think it was for real. Right? I was like, maybe this guy is actually talking. See, when you're in a situation, you always make excuses for yourself.
Did you see the flash?
No, it's not. Didn't need flash because there's lights outside. No, but I'm saying when you're in a situation, you make excuses for yourself. Right? And that's what I tell your mother. When somebody comes and says, hey, go over there. No, I don't want to go over there. Like, who are you to tell me to go over there? And it was... I've seen a video how some guy got killed. So, 7 in the morning, it's a video on the Chicago police website, whatever. This older guy, 40, 50, kind of like me, comes out of the building to get his cigarettes from the car. This is an enclosed parking lot, right? So it's fenced in. Nobody can touch him. Outside the parking lot is maybe four of these, criminals, the usual suspects, right? Just sitting out there. And they yell to the guy, hey, get over here. The guy goes to the fence. And one of the guys said, hey, give me a cigarette. Because you can see. And he's like, the other guy, oh, sure. You don't hear the words, but, you can understand. So he gives the guy a cigarette. And as soon as he gives the other guy a cigarette, one of the guys goes to the fence, punches him in the face. He goes down, and the other two guys shoot him. Boom, boom, boom. Okay? So, okay. They were on camera. They got caught. And the police asked them, why did you know this guy? And the guys were like, no, we didn't know who he is. So why did you shoot him? And he's like, one of the guys is like, yeah, I just want to kill somebody. Okay, whatever. Those guys are nuts. And they want to kill somebody because they want to keep their body count up. They want to say, I killed 7 guys, the other guy 9 guys, 10 guys. But the idea for me, when I was looking at this, the guy was fucking safe in an enclosed parking lot. What did he do wrong?
He went with them. He listened to them.
No. When the guy said, hey, get over here. Maybe, I don't know what they said, but maybe they said, hey, can you help us? All right, they look suspicious because these people look suspicious. And in your mind, you say, well, they asked me to go. If I don't go, it's not nice.
Well, that's how you ignored a homeless guy who's coming.
No, but yeah. But that's what he did wrong. He was trying to be nice. Oh, they usually, when somebody gives you a command, okay. It goes even bigger than that. Your brain doesn't always think about everything, right? Your brain, you put your hand in a fire, and your brain tells you it burns, right?
Yeah.
The next time you see a fire, your brain says, hey, that burns, don't put your hand in it. But maybe it's a fake fire, or maybe it's just something, it's just you know what I mean? But you're going to be afraid of it. So the brain tends to be lazy. What are you doing over there behind? Stand up. So your brain tends to be lazy. Every situation it's presented with, your brain tends to think, oh, I know the answer. I don't have to kind of start the machine to think. Do you know what I mean? So let's say you go in, and this is how racism and preconception. You get robbed by a black guy. Okay. Second time you go to work, you get robbed by a black guy, right? Okay. Third time you go to work, you got robbed by a black guy. You talk to somebody else, says, hey, the black guys are robbing people, right? And then you see another black guy on the street, what are you going to say?
Don't rob me? Or he's going to rob me?
Okay, he's not a robber. You were just unlucky you met 3 black guys that robbed you. This guy is the nicest guy you've ever met. But you're going to think what? Danger. He's going to rob me, right? Because they all look the same. Because your brain is lazy. And it happened to me. Because, that's what it is. It happened to me. I heard it on the work. I've seen videos of people getting robbed. And I've seen a guy 2 o'clock in the middle of the night. And he's like, okay, I want you to take me whatever. And it was the worst part of town. Right? Now my instinct is like, I'm going to be in trouble. Right? Mm-hmm. I'm going to be in trouble. He's going to rob me. Guess what? He was super nice. Because they teach you in the cab school, if you feel like it could be something to talk to people. But he was not a threat. Because sometimes I've talked to people when I knew they were a threat, and you got to keep talking to them because, once they kind of feel like they know you, it's hard. They're going to say, fuck it, we're going to rob the next one. So anyways, took me to the really bad part of town and gave me $35 tip. Right? So he was a good guy, really nice, probably tipped me so much because other people were having misconceptions, right? So that's the idea. Like Indian people out of India don't tip. Like you go to restaurants, you go to cabs, they always bitch about everything, window up, like he can do his window, but he says, the driver, the window up, window down. Complain about the music, complain about the smell, complain about this, and at the end don't tip nothing. I've had a guy who forgot his luggage, I found a receipt from a credit card, and I called the credit card company. I worked for like 3 hours to get him his luggage back. He didn't even say thank you. Anyways, and that's the misconception. And as soon as you think all Indians are cheap, which most of them are, and high maintenance and cheap, then one of them comes along, and he's great. Is his fault that other people do what they do? No. So you got to be careful. But your brain, you have to double check your brain because your brain makes mistakes, right? So your brain likes to follow orders. Going back to the guy that got killed, in a fenced-in parking lot, he heard a command, hey, get over here by the fence. And he didn't even think about it. That was his mistake. He said, oh, I'm trying to be nice. These people need something, right? I mean, these are not the times where somebody who looks like a criminal needs something and you're trying to help. These are not the times to help. These are the times we say, I'm busy, right? So he goes by the fence.
Oh, sorry.
And the guy asks for a cigarette to distract him, right? So when you give somebody a cigarette from a pack, you take a cigarette and you look down and you give it like this. So your hands are busy. You can't do nothing. You cannot defend yourself. And when he's looking down, the guy punch him, right? And now he's on the ground, they shot him, right? So he made two mistakes. Really, the big one was the first one. And going back to this, because always kind of like important things I try to remember, like I should have taken a picture of the guy taking pictures of me, but I wasn't sure that he, you know what I mean? I'm thinking, well, maybe he's just looking on his phone, maybe he's not taking pictures, you know, because he was going like this and going like this, going like this, going like this, right? And I'm pretending to smoke my cigar. And then, same as the Cuban guy, he goes in the building, because I look at him, by the third picture, I look at him to let him know that, hey, buddy, I know you're taking pictures of my cab. Why would you take pictures of my cab? Like, you've never seen me before. I just got out of the building, walking to my cab, like, I didn't bother you. You know what I mean? It's very strange, right? So the same as with the Cuban guy, he goes in a building, you know, because obviously I noticed him. And I get in my car and I pretend to go, but then I stop and look at him. Like, he's got his back towards me. And I said, same as the Cuban, if this guy is something wrong with him, he's going to turn around and look at me. Guess what? Turn around and look at me, straight at me. Okay? And I'm sitting there, and like, motherfucker, you're in the wrong building. That's not your building. You went into the wrong building as cover. Right? That's what I'm thinking. Like, and he's sitting in the hallway like he's talking to somebody. And then he sees me look, because I really, by this time, again, I should have taken a picture of it. By this time, I'm just looking at him. Parked, and I'm looking at him like this. So then he's like, okay. So he goes to the elevator and goes up. And then I talked to your mother this morning. Guess what she tells me? She says, that building, everybody knows that if you have a dog, you don't walk to the front door. They have a service entrance. If you got to walk your dog, you walk to the back, walk your dog, and through the back, you come back to the building. So this guy had no business going in that building to the front door with the dog. Looks like it was not his building. Do you know what I mean? So you got to be careful. And always be aware of what's going on. You don't want to be paranoid. It was one time I drove this Colombian drug dealer. And I picked him up. And he wanted to go somewhere. And he's talking like, where's my money? Da-da-da. Okay, and then he called somebody else to make arrangements to kill the first guy. Another drug dealer. And he's talking about killing people. And I'm sitting over there like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? I'm going to get killed. Because these people do it, it's like, oops, oh, I shouldn't have said that. But I'm careful. Again, like, my adrenaline is up, and I'm thinking, like, okay, you know, I've seen the movies like, what the fuck, I'm going to get killed. So he takes me to a location, makes me wait for him, like, he's going to send somebody else to kill me. He's not going to kill me. And I'm thinking, I don't know, for me, it was kind of curious to what's going to happen. Well, you know, stupid, you know. Because there is something, if you think about Jewish people during the Holocaust, to where you walk like a sheep. And it happened to me. I think I drove a serial killer once.
Oh.
To where there's a magnetism. So she likes
No, I don't. It's interesting.
She likes money and serial killers.
That's how they think.
No. So anyway.
Oh.
So I'm making excuses by myself. I'm sitting over there in the car, like, I should have just left. When he comes back, I think he went somewhere else. And he gives me $100.
Huh?
But then I'm thinking, like, this guy was talking a lot of shit. Do you know what I mean? And what happened with these drug dealers, if you read about Escobar, they talk some stuff because they forget about it. They get angry and stuff. And for them, the rest of the people, they're not really human beings. They're kind of like dogs, servant dogs, kind of. He's talking about killing people. Because why would he stop? And then it's like, oh, fuck, I said too much. Jorge, go and take care of this cab driver. What is it? Well, that's the cab number. Well, because they're smart. They're like, find the address, we're going to kill him. So for a week, I was kind of like looking around where I'm parking, and I was like, you know what I mean? These guys are going to kill me.
Oh, do you think the guy who took pictures was from the Colombian guy?
No. The guy that took pictures,
The Spanish.
no, she had curly hair, dark hair. And he's the type of guy that you find when something bad happens. They're always there when something bad happens. Now, the idea with him is, we're making these videos, and we have our music. Music is more important than the video. And by the way, you guys got to figure this stuff out with How We Fix America. And these things, everything is monitored. So the government monitors everything. What?
Okay, I know this is weird, but have you ever thought that people, like the government is trying to record your marriages, your children?
Everything.
No, listen. All for like, if a drug dealer needs to kill somebody, they find out how to use leverage against
Yeah,
them.
they're all together, kind of. And they keep, like, when we were communist,
You, the communist.
Romania was communist until I was 14. My family was anti-communist.
Great.
My grandfather was a newspaper guy, a journalist.
Whoa.
Come on, stand up.
My back.
And he got shot by communists. But because when the communists came to Romania, they sent two of these people, again, the usual suspects, Anna Pauker and Walter Roman, and they killed a lot of people, usually the smart people. So my grandfather, by being a journalist, he wrote against them. And then what happened is, when, do you know what collectivization is? It was a theory. I don't know if it's the worst. But there's a lot of people that had a lot of land, right? And other people that had no land. And collectivization meant you confiscate everything that people had, right? And then they work communally the land. So even though I had a bunch of land, you take it from me and you give it little partials, little pieces of land to other people who have nothing. And then all the machinery and the horses and the fucking thing, everybody's using them. You don't own any of it. Anyways, so my grandfather's father had a little bit of land, not a lot. So, anyway, so there were cars at the time. We're talking 50s, right after World War II. 40s, 50s. So to go home with a carriage and two horses. My grandfather is in the front, because you got to have the reins for the horses, and then his father's next to him. What are you thinking about?
About what you're saying, that's I'm nodding my head.
You're nodding your head, okay.
Well, I'm also imagining your grandfather
And
and the
you
guy
stole
next to
the
him.
Yeah, he had a big mustache and white hair, and they're tough guys, both of them.
Donna, what do you have in your hands?
Oh, sorry.
It's fine. So anyway, so they're going down the street, and then they block the main street. This actually is not in the city, because they had the land in the little village next door, with another carriage. So as they approached, some guy came in from the left and said, "Is that the guy?" And the other guy up front said, "Yeah, that's the guy." They couldn't cross, right? Because the road was blocked. And then one guy took a gun and shot at my grandfather and hit him in the kidney.
How old?
He was probably, so he was born 1903, if we're talking 40s, late 30s.
Oh, so his dad was still alive. Okay, I thought he was like 14 years old.
Yeah. He got shot in like 46, 47. So, yeah, so if he was born in 1903, then, it's 45, whatever. So he fell down from the carriage. The horses get really scary, and they spooked, and they ran across the field, like not on the road, with his father who was old. So he fell down, and then he rose up and ran away to the carriage, got on top of the carriage, stopped the horses, and then he passed out. And they thought he was, but this was far away, so these guys had to leave. So anyways, they thought he was going to be dead because he was passed out. And they bought a coffin, they bought candles for him, because my grandmother said, hey, he's gone. And then one doctor said, hey, let me try something. And he came in and cut something, and it was a lot of infection came out. Somehow he was saved. But everything was ready for him for months. They thought he was going to be dead. Why did I bring this up? Okay, yeah. So, my family was always anti-communist, right? We would listen to Radio Free Europe. It's a secret radio what you sent to jail. If you listen to it, we listen to it. And news from the Western countries, like West Germany and stuff. It was called the Radio Free Europe. We used to listen to it. But the communists have a system of informants. When the revolution happened when I was 14, I told you how I went on the street with my father. The lists of informants came out because you were asking about it. And guess who it was? It was my teacher at school. It was 2 or 3 of our neighbors. It was this doctor. I mean, people you would never think about. They would come in, and back in the days, because it was 80s, 89 was the revolution. They had to fucking write it by hand. I went into this house of this guy, and he said this about the government. So they had to write pages and pages of stuff, right, about you. And you were fucking nuts who the people were. Like, you didn't even think that those are the people, right? And those are the people that were doing that. And it was a paper trail. So you can't say why I didn't do it, because it was handwritten. And then my father, they would come in, pretend to fix your phone, and they put something on your phone. Remember those big phones that you go in the movies that you talk? There's a big phone with a thing, the round.
Yeah, it's really big, and then you
Yeah, I want to get for us one of those. So I had a big thing. And they would come in, and in this upper part, they would put something, right? And my father, you met my father. He used to go there, and I hear you breathing in my phone. Motherfucker, you're on a job. They pay you to listen to me. Do you know what I mean? They pay you to listen to me. What the fuck? You're sleeping on the job. I hear you breathing over here. What kind of, he was talking to the people, spying on him on the phone. What a loser. It's like, get the motherfucker. You know what I mean? He was funny. So yeah. So back in the day, they had to do it like this. Install something in your house. They probably still do it like they did with the mobsters in New York. They had to come in, pretend to fix the air conditioning, and they would put a camera or a recording device. But now, because you were asking about this, they can do everything with AI. Right? And I mean, they already spy to your phone. They already spy to your TV. They already spy to everything. And basically, it's just a software where they turn everything into a recording device, right? Everything that you have in the house. Now, what they do, same as the communists did, what they do with it, they collect a database, right? Kind of illegal, but they pass that to the Patriot Act. So you have no more right to privacy. One of the things was achieved with the Patriot Act was the fact that they can sell you information to advertisers. And they were doing that before the Patriot Act, because I talked to some people before the Patriot Act who were telling me that the government collects information in bulk and then they sell it to companies. And then there's other companies that look at this bulk information, they split it. Oh, this guy wants to buy furniture, this other guy likes cars, and they will sell it to companies, right? They make money. They're not supposed to before the Patriot Act, but now the Patriot Act made it illegal. Remember I told you, you create a big bad wolf. You say, the big bad wolf is going to kill you. But if you give me all your rights, I protect you from the big bad wolf over there. So that's what they did with the Patriot Act. So they wanted access to people. Why? Same as the communists. They want information. They want to make sure that people don't do anything that's nefarious.
I have a question.
But it's more for control. No, let me finish this and then you can talk. It's also they know they spy on you, right? And they snuck in with a Patriot, and with a Patriot they said, it's only going to be temporarily. It's just going to, because we're in a time of war. We need this to stop from terrorist attacks, right? And then as I told you about the terrorist attacks, at the height of the fucking thing, they had red alert, orange alerts in the airport. Not once they checked my cab, not once they went with the mirror, not once they opened the trunk. And half of the cab drivers in Chicago, they're Middle Eastern. So you worried about the red and orange alerts, or is just fake bullshit to keep people scared, right? And they would have supposed to take the Patriot Act out, but they didn't do it. So they keep a database. And then the future, that's why it's so dangerous with AI, and nobody talks about it. You remember, there's some movies, like sci-fi movies, pre-crime. And then there's that book, 1984, Thought Crime. To where, sometimes people say stuff that don't mean, right? And they just talk about it, they're drunk or something. And now, because it's recorded, it could be exaggerated. And they say, oh, well, you know what? And they have threat assessment. Like, this guy is a guy that could potentially cause problems in the future for the government, right? And there comes a point where they say, well, you know what? Rather than taking a risk, this guy doing something, and, other people finding out about it, just eliminate it. Now, they have cars where they can mess with your brakes from a distance. There's another car behind you, and they sit with a phone, and they fuck your cars up, your brakes up, the newer cars, and you crash into a wall, right? They say, oh, you just died, right? So it's very dangerous, this stuff. And AI is going to give them more powers. Because before, if you think about the marathon bombers, they had a database, right? But then when they looked at their database, they found out they killed more people than the people when they put the bombs in the Boston Marathon, right? So what does that prove you? That proves to you that they had access to the information, they were collecting it, but they had no people to look at. So now, back in the past, it was, oh, I think George is subject of interest. Let's look at his information, right? But until you identify George as a subject of interest, stuff happens. So they didn't have the ability to look at it in real time. Or maybe they wanted it to happen. But the idea is, now with AI, in real time, they have code words, they have this, and they can analyze it. All right, go.
Okay.
What happened to the guy with the fake dog? Did he follow you on the street?
No, I went around. Remember I came home 3 times last night?
The first time.
3 times I came in, just make sure you guys okay.
No, actually, you left. You came
No,
in
we were
once and
fine.
then you
Just not
left.
tired.
No, the guy had no business being there. And to me, like I'm telling you, like this music we're making, right now we're like conspiracy theorists, Mel Gibson, the movie, Conspiracy Theory. And nobody listens to it, we're not important. But if people catch on, it could be big because the music makes you think, makes you ask questions, and like a good joke, please don't.
Oh.
We're almost done.
No, I just have a question.
Yeah, like a good one thing, like a good joke.
No.
Hey, like a good joke,
No.
like the best joke is not when some idiot tells a story. That's not funny. It's when somebody says something and they give you 85% of it, and you got to fill in the last 15%. Right? And that's a good joke because you as a listener, you have to participate. And then when you do a little bit of work and you get it, not everybody gets the strange jokes. You're so happy, you feel smart, you feel like you participate. It's a big deal for you. So one of the best jokes, Mitch Hedberg said, I was trying to buy a candle holder. The store didn't have one, so I bought a cake. Right? At first you think it's stupid, right? What a joke is this? Well, this is a cake. And you put a candle in it. He was trying to buy a candle holder. The store didn't have one, so he bought a cake. Right? Because it's a candle holder, right? So, anyway, so that's one of the examples of the best jokes. What you participate. So that's how our music is. It makes you think. Because you see something, and the way I wrote it, you hear something that's like, well, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Oh, actually, it does make a lot of sense. Oh, actually, this, oh, wow. You know what I mean? And I provided answers for a lot of the stuff to where it makes you think. And that could be dangerous. And then the government says, this guy, I don't know what he's doing. Like, he doesn't belong. I don't want to be super paranoid. But maybe said, hey, find out what kind of cab this guy's driving. You know, they probably looked at some stuff they saw. I said I was a cab driver. Keep tabs on it, or maybe they say, hey, we're going to take him out before he goes bigger. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Nobody lives forever. You guys are smart, strong. I don't care. But, and if they would be smart to take me out, basically,
They want to watch this podcast.
No. I tell them how to do it because, number one, I don't care. I think I'm not afraid of it. If you want to kill me, I forget my cigars and my coffee in a cow. Just put some poison there. Make it look like a heart attack. They say, hey, this guy had a heart attack. It's not very suspicious. Because it's very easy to open a cab, right? They know my cab number. That's one of them. Or you can have somebody said, oh, he was trying to rob him, which is it happens. You know, a lot of people, oh, he was trying to rob me, shot the cab driver. Well, that's the easy way to do it. Don't fucking be around my house. And I don't care, really. And actually, if they kill me.
You know why I think they gave you $100?
You guys know, well, that was another guy. That was the drug dealer.
Okay.
Maybe this stuff is going to take off. You know, I'm going to be like Van Gogh. I'm going to die, not know what I did, and it's going to take off. What was your question?
So you were saying that you were driving a serial killer? Why?
Okay, so with the serial killer, what happened, I was going on Broadway in Belmont, and I see this guy, kind of look like a little bit gay, kind of.
Oh.
What
do you mean he looked a bit gay?
I don't know. There's a
feeling in the air.
yeah, there's
His
a,
aura
no,
is
you gotta
rainbow.
listen, you gotta listen to your instinct. Your instinct is usually right. So I'm looking at the guy like, well, something not right with this guy. He kind of looked like gay,
Ish.
like gay educated. You know, like somebody that kind of reads and is smart.
I just thought it's a bit.
And okay, he gets in the cab, and he tells me to take him in a fucking suburb, like way the fuck out.
Okay.
And we're talking because I like.
Communicating with your.
Yeah, it's for my safety. That's what the cop said. Talk to people and whatever. And I enjoy talking. Like I could have,
That could be a
because
great.
I like when the election was going on, I was like Charlie Kirk. Where I was talking to people politics about a bunch of stuff, debating, right? So, anyways, that's my thing. I talk to people. So, and actually, you remember that comedians and cars getting whatever, not cars getting coffee, cash cab or something. I could have beat all those shows. So, anyways, I'm talking to a guy. From the beginning, there's an energy that it's evil.
Oh.
Right? I see something. He was super nice. Like, I cannot say anything wrong about him. But there's this energy that was kind of like paralyzing me almost. And super evil. But evil, like the real evil, it's not, hey, I'm going to punch you like people, you know, trying to be tough. The real evil is kind of like a snake that kind of goes in and in and in. And you never know for sure. Remember I told you about a guy that used to punch people in the face? And he was telling me how he does it. He goes in, he's like, hey man, let's be here. We're adults. We're not going to fight. Come on. You know, let's shake hands, you know, if they have an argument. Let's have shake hands. You know, we're not going to fight. And he goes close to you and he punches you in the face. Now, again, if you put yourself in a position, all right, this guy comes in. There's a lot of people around. He actually punched somebody in the church with this shit. And he said, it works every time. If you say to somebody, hey man, you know, I don't want to fight. I'm sorry about everything. You know, let's be friends. And you think about him. Okay, maybe he's telling the truth. And then he hands your hand. Now again, with a bad brain, you think, all right, he did the hand. Like, what am I gonna let him hang? You know what I mean? You're trying to be nice, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna shake his hand. And then he punches you in the face. And it actually happened to me. I was on Clark over there by Wrigley, and I went to this gyro place. And I'm sitting in line, minding my own business. I just want to get some food and walk out. And there's this gangster banger. Yeah, over there, like curly dreads, black guy with a white guy. they're sitting there and they're being really loud, kind of like they're going up to people and bothering them, right? Like normal people, right? And I'm looking at the Mexican people like cooking the food and nobody's doing nothing. And this guy's like, hey, 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 you know what I mean? Doing a bunch of stuff, like really loud. And he comes in and he goes like, hey, buddy, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I said, listen, please don't touch me. I'm just over here. And I'm over here. I'm just trying to get my food. Like, do your stuff, just leave me alone. Yeah. And when I said that, because he's like Rambo, he's got to do some more, touch me. And I say, hey, buddy, I told you not to touch me, right? Yeah. And he wants to do it. The third time, I punched him. I mean, I didn't punch him, because I didn't punch him, because I could have punched him. But I actually slapped him.
You were holding your food.
No, I was in line. I mean, I look at the Mexicans, because there should have been their stuff to interfere. But I kind of slapped him. Kind of like, remember the tall guy in school? Kind of like it was a reflex, but I kind of knew what I was doing. Like, it's enough, man. I told you twice, leave me alone. Don't touch me and shit. You know what I mean? All right. The guy kind of goes away. I mean, I was stupid because they could have had a gun and just shot me right there. I didn't think. But I mean, still, there's a situation where you got to stand your ground where there's like, hey, like, it's not acceptable what you're doing. The white guy comes in and is like, hey, be friends, you know, it was a misunderstanding, da 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 da, right? And again, same with the situation with the guy that's punching people in the face. I'm thinking, yeah, all right, let's drop it. I don't want to continue it. And the black guy comes in with a hand like this, shake my hand, and I was like, all right. So I shook his hand, and with the other hand was trying to punch me. I ducked, he didn't hit me, but he hit my watch and broke my watch. I had the swatch. Which I liked. But I was like, okay, he broke a $40 watch. He didn't hit me. He hit the watch. In his mind, he felt like he got something. Because he was pushing it, kind of like Trump with Iran. Pushing it, being the bully. And he got his ass kicked. Humiliated, kind of. And now he's got to do something to save face. Right? He did it, didn't punch me, broke the watch. I could have made a big deal about the watch.
He hurt himself by punching his hand on the watch.
Well, I don't know, because they could have had guns, and then they could have, because they left the store. They could have waited for me in the parking lot. I mean, a lot of shit could have happened.
All right, my question is, why did you think the guy was a serial killer?
Okay, so I'm going with the cigar. And there's something really evil. And then I ask questions, and I keep, in my mind, when I have customers, I keep track of their answers. And he was telling me some stories about his father. His father was a cop. He used to abuse him. But he's kind of like trying to be buddies with me. And then he's going to take me to a farm in the middle of nowhere. And over there, he doesn't have the money, but he's got to go to the house and get the money from somebody else. And that guy is abusing him too. And there's a lot of a strange story. And then I can't remember where, but it didn't make any sense. You know what I mean? Like, I caught him like the story, it doesn't make a lot of sense. You know what I mean? But a lot of these people have been abused by their fathers. But what was interesting to me, analyzing myself, like, it was not about the money. Once I started going, it felt bad to say, hey, get out of my cab, right? Stop the cab, get out of my cab. So I had to go along with it.
You would say stop the cab?
Yeah, I'm going to stop the cab. Nah, I'm sorry, I changed my mind.
No, but you said stop the cab, get out of the cab.
No.
Why not stop the cab? I would stop the cab and say, get out. That's what I should have done.
Not
And actually, I did that as a joke one time. I was doing this Russian voice. You know, because I used to be able to do voices. And this guy comes in, he's like a business guy. He's like, take me to the airport. I was like, okay, I'll take you to the airport. And then I'm driving, it's like, it would be funny to drop this guy on the freeway. And I pull over to the shoulder, it's like, all right, get out. He's like, what are you talking about? I got to go to I got an airplane. I'm like, listen, but I was doing the Russian voice. I can't remember if I can do it. Let me see. Please get out of the cab. What? You don't understand? This is the cab of me. You move out. And he's like, why? I need to go to the airport. Like, look, it's traffic. Don't want to change mind, don't want to. The fucking guy, And I made it to where I don't speak English correctly. To where he couldn't even argue with me because I would miss words. Get out now, don't want to hear, get out. He's like, fucking, you should have looked at his face like, what the fuck, what am I going to do? Like, this is the freeway, I can get hit. Like, no, keep calm, wait, keep calm. And then I told him, hey, it's a joke, and I took him to the airport.
Did he give you a tip?
Yeah, it was nice. He liked it. I mean, but it's one of those that you just do something stupid. Anyway, so I could have done the same with this other guy. But what I'm saying is,
What did you do?
listen, so Ted Bundy, how he used to kill girls, you know Ted Bundy, got a cast of,
Yeah, pretend to be a doctor. They would help him. Or
no,
not
a teacher, and he had a cast on his, fake cast on his hand. And he would draw books, and girls would come and say, oh, let me help you. You're sort of good looking. They would help him to the car. And they're over there at the crowbar and hit him in the head, push him in the car, and then rape him and kill him and rape him afterwards. And it worked a lot of times. Why? Because the same thing. You see
They
a guy.
wanted to be kind.
How does
I'm
that-
not saying don't be kind, but it's like you gotta be careful.
I don't think that would happen in New York.
But what they did like the real evil people, and it could have happened in New York. I don't know what he killed, but he killed a lot of people. He killed like 250 people. Like that's real evil. Like kill people, rape them after they're dead, and whatever not. That's like maximum evil, like Epstein, right? So how did he approach? He didn't try to be forceful. He had a cast. He didn't even kind of tell the girls, hey, come and help me. He would draw books. That's the maximum evil. Kind of sneaks in like a snake. And really, you almost don't have a chance. You don't have a chance because the normal people's like, hey, look at this guy. Let me help him. Right? When you get there, it hits in your head. Like, really, you don't have a chance. So that's real evil. And also, when you think about the Holocaust, they had 20 Germans with machine guns. They would kill truckloads and truckloads of Jewish people. They'd line them up against the wall. Not a wall. They make them. I mean, there's videos of it. Dig a ditch, women and kids, shoot them, and everybody was sitting like right there. Line them up like you're waiting your turn to get killed, and you're looking at people get killed in a line. They fall down, and you go in and you stand there like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make any sense. I remember that city in Romania where the Hungarians killed about 50 Romanians in a house. There were some kind of prisoners. And the Hungarians, three of them, not a lot. They had 50 guys, make them wait, put them 10 in the house, shoot them. And people would go to the house, sit there. I mean, honestly, 50 guys, even with their hands tied, you can beat those 3 guys. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, maybe 1 or 2 are going to die, but out of 50, if you rush them, they're going to die. You know what I mean? Like 3 guys, come on, it's 50. But then when you're trying to explain it for yourself, and this is the first time I ever felt this feeling of near paralysis, to where I want to move, but there's something that's kind of like a magnet, like real evil people have, like a magnet where you can't, like they have you under your spell, they have you under their
Reverse
spell.
adrenaline?
No, it's like kind of like, oh, I'm kind of like you're in a dream and you're thinking, well, maybe I shouldn't do this, maybe I shouldn't, you know what I mean? Like you don't feel like it's so dangerous, but you know it's dangerous, but you don't feel like
So
it's
what'd you
imminent.
do?
And then I started talking about the family, like I got a family, and I don't know, because he was asking me questions. I have a wife and kids, and I kept talking to him. And as we're going, and we went like 15 miles, he says, you know what, take me back where you picked me up.
Huh?
That's what he said. And that, what I'm saying, all the shit he was telling me sounded strange. The idea that I'm going to go in a farm and wait for him to come up is just nuts. But it was kind of like a deer in the headlights where, I'm like, it doesn't make a lot of sense. But I never once thought, hey, I'm going to stop the cab, get the fuck out. Or I'll take you back, right? So it's almost like he spared me. He said, take me back where you picked me up. So I took him back, and it was nice, paid like $20, $30. But I really felt like evil. And really nothing bad happened, except that I caught him lying about some stuff. But I really felt like this guy is super evil, right? And going back to the Jewish people and the Romanians, they got killed. Maybe there's, when you're close to dying, maybe there's this,
I think it's just hopelessness.
well, not hopelessness, because I can't think that the Jewish people getting shot, they said, oh, it's easier, I don't want to fight anymore. Even like you're trying to shoot me, I'm going to run away, make it harder for you, so you got to drag my body. You know what I mean? Like, you kill me, all right, but you're not going to kill me over here, you're going to kill me over there. So you're going to have to work, right? But they just sat there like shit and get shot and go over there and get shot. I mean, this is not like gas chambers where they got tricked, where they had to go in and they put some kind of, this is for real. They got shot. I mean, I saw the videos. I mean, people can deny the Holocaust about the other stuff. I don't know. But this was, in the beginning, that's what they were doing. Dig big, long holes and shoot people. And other people were waiting and then going. And maybe there's this like fear that's paralyzing me. I don't know. But I felt it with that guy. So again, with the stuff we're making, maybe it's nothing. Maybe what were you going to say about the $100 guy?
Oh yeah, maybe the mafia gang, the guy you heard on the phone, maybe he just gave you $100 so you wanna tell the police like he's so nice and you don't.
Yeah, you tell the police.
Well, no. What am I gonna do? If I wouldn't have had kids, maybe. But what am I gonna do? Like live for the rest of my life if he gets arrested on my shit? You know what I mean? I mean, he was really talking about killing people. Like, where's my money? I flew in with a helicopter. You know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck I'm listening to? And I have the guy show up. We're going to kill him. He shafted me on the money. Like, whoa. Because you can't, he was a big boss. Whatever the Colombian shit, he was a big boss because he flew with them. He had a bunch of people working for him here. And it felt like he was the big boss. Whatever. Yeah, I mean, why would I make trouble? I was worried for like
to find out who he was.
Yeah, I didn't. When you have a family, it's different. We don't want to bring. If I would have been single, yeah, I don't give a fuck. But the idea is, with these drug dealers, when they come in, they kill everybody. They don't kill just one because they say, hey, maybe you talk to the family, and they kill the whole family, and the risk was too much. You know, and then if I would have, because I knew the house, right? If I would have said something about a house to the police, hey, go and check the house, you don't even know if the police is paid by these people. You know what I mean? Because you go in and you tell them to the police, and the police is already with them. Are they going to kill you? You know, it's just too complicated because the system is not what it should be. So, yeah, I didn't do nothing. But I was, like, watching my back. And with this other stuff, maybe it's nothing with the guy. I mean, to me, it checks out. Very suspicious. And if something happens...
Why do you think he was taking pictures of you?
Maybe to have the database. Maybe to say, hey, this is the guy, that's the car. I don't know. He had absolutely no business taking pictures of me in the car. He was not living in that building. He faked it like he was living in the building.
The receptionist from that building who he was? Yeah.
Ask him what? Get the cameras? I'm not going to make a big deal because I don't care. You're going to kill me, kill me. I don't care. I'm going to die anyways.
Sus.
Yeah, that was suspect. What was I going to say? I think I said enough.
You just asked us some questions.
No, the idea is always follow your instinct. Hey. Always follow your instinct. Don't be like an idiot on his phone. Because I see these people all the time. They don't even look for the cars. They just keep walking on the fucking crosswalk, looking at their phones. Like the car should stop. I mean, how stupid is it? Just when you go anywhere. Because I read this in a detective book, I think, or maybe CIA stuff. And it says you go into a room and you say, what shouldn't be here? What's not in the right spot? Why is this here? You always keep your mind active in any situation you're in. You come in and you do an exercise like, all right, we have these people here. Who doesn't belong? Why is this guy here? You know what I mean? Don't do it because you're paranoid. Just do it to train your mind, to notice stuff. Anywhere you go, you just notice stuff. Because a lot of, like even the girls used to like about me because I notice stuff about them. Most guys don't notice. You know, it's, oh, you did your nails. Oh, I like your shoes. I like this. You know what I mean? And that's for you with the girls. When I was you know what the auto-suggestion means?
No.
When you kind of, I think I was like, maybe kind of like your age. So I was trying to understand the people around me, right? So then you use something, I don't even know if I named it auto-suggestion back then or it is as a technique. But the actors do that, right? So I want to understand women, right? So what am I going to do? I'm not a woman, right? But I'm weak. So I go, I'm weak. I'm a woman. I got tits. I'm looking at myself and I'm thinking, I got tits. I got tits. I got tits.
Okay.
No, but listen. And I don't have this. I have the other one.
Oh.
No. And I have these issues that I know, once a month. And I have this and I'm going about that and I see this boy, you know what I mean? Or I was doing another one. I'm stupid, right? I'm really stupid. And there's jokes and I don't understand them and people are laughing. And I'm not very smart. Now being stupid, you have two ways taking it, to be really mean or to be nice. I thought I was gay. I said, hey, I'm gay. I like the other guys. I like, you know what I mean? Trying to find out where people are coming from. And when you put yourself in other people's situations, of course it's not going to be perfect. But you're going to understand more about why they do stuff. Right? You have the database like a math problem. Right? And you put yourself in other people's shoes, you understand more about what's going on. And that's how your mind, that's why I play chess. I could have been gay because I take baths. I don't take showers. I don't like showers. I could have been gay.
How is that gay?
I'm good about fashion, right? I'm really good about fashion. What else can I do that gay people do?
Fuck a guy.
Yeah, I guess I could fuck a guy. In the ass. The thing is, when I was trying to find out if I was gay.
Oh, Tata.
No, listen.
Yeah,
this is for him.
You met
I'm saying so you understand, so you don't have to do it.
You met Mama and imagined she was a man.
No, I didn't do that. No, early on when I was a kid.
Oh.
Okay, everybody, people say you're trying to find your identity.
Your identity.
Yeah, so you go and research. I never kissed a guy or anything. But
Are you sure about that? Not like Chandler.
What, Chandler kissed a guy?
Yeah.
No, but you kind of like, okay. There's an attraction. I'm gonna be honest. There's an attraction. Beautiful people. There's an attraction when you see them, even if it's a man and a woman. There's something that shouldn't be there. It's a guy. There's some kind of attraction, right? But for me, I was reading books about knights in shining armor, and they're going and fighting. I like the story, and they're saving the woman. And now I'm gay. What am I gonna do? Go to the guy, and he's gonna fuck me in the ass, and I'm gonna be the knight in shining armor going like this, without a horse. Like the story, okay, that's a stupid story. Like, what am I going to do? Sit on my knees and go, blah, blah, blah. Suck a guy, right? Yeah, okay, that's no good. Now, what am I going to do? Fuck another guy and he's going to be like this? No. So the story for me of being gay, I don't like it. Right?
You're not going to be the
So even if they keep going with, born this way. Maybe. I'm not saying no. But I've talked probably 100 hours to gay people. How did they come about being gay? How did they know?
Interesting.
And they always say, oh, I knew right away I was gay. Oh. And when you kind of go down, you found out there's always an older guy, right? James Dean had an older guy. Almost all of them have an older guy. That kind of makes them let me help you, teach you how to be gay, right?
Oh.
Yeah, all of them have. It's called, there's a name for it.
Grooming.
Yeah, grooming. But there's all these, like the ones I talk to. And then all the lesbians I talk to, there's history of some kind of violence by a man or abuse, right? And then they become afraid of men and they hate men. That's when I found out talking to people on the cab. Because I asked questions. And it was like, okay, how did you know? And honestly, for the gay people, the hardest problem they have in their life is not me accepting them. It's coming out to their family, going to their father and say, hey, father, I'm gay. That's the hardest problem they have. But anyway, so I talked to a lot of people. And another thing that struck me a little bit unusual about gay people, when driving in a cab, very aggressive sexually. Like, you know, I used to be all right, but now I'm not Brad Pitt, right? But they always, oh, you're so cute. Oh, and then they touch you and this. You know what I mean? I'm just a guy providing transportation. But as soon as, or if there are two of them, sex, they talk about sex all the time. It's like, dude, there's more to life than just sex. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. If I were gay, and gay means what? You feel attracted sexually, right? You feel attracted sexually to another male, right?
Yes. Now, how did we get to this?
From auto suggestion. So. I told you about the island, right?
Epsom.
No. If you take an island, the most
yeah.
beautiful island, and you put the best gay people, the smartest, the most intelligent, and you do the same thing with the lesbians. They have the best island, the best amenities, the best food, and everything else, right? Because that's what they like. You put them together, by themselves, best medicine.
Everybody would die.
150 years later, there's not going to be a human being alive on the island. So, don't tell me that's the way to go. Just say, that's the way to go for me. Thank God for straight people, because if there would be no straight people, there would be no gays.
Exactly.
I'm not saying do your stuff. I'm not saying don't do it. Do your stuff, but that's not the way to go. You know what I mean? That's not the way to go for humanity. Do it for yourself. I'm not saying, everybody's going to die. And you have no right to tell somebody else, how to live their life if they don't bother you. Like to me, with the cab, it was a bit much. I always touch, and I say, I'll give you $50 if you let me. They will say that a lot. They'll pay me on top of the fare $50 or $100 to if I let them do something, right, with their face. It was a funny story. I was sitting by the Hyatt one time, and there was this Romanian guy, black hair, and we're sitting in a line at the Hyatt. Hey, you don't like the gay stories?
Nah, I'm just looking at the reflection in the window.
So this guy comes in. I think I was first. Maybe I was second. Whatever. We're waiting like 5 a.m. We're waiting in the Hyatt. And he comes and is like, hey, let me tell you a story. I say, oops, the cabs are moving. He runs to the car, moves his cab, comes back. All right. You know what happened? Last night I had a customer. He was gay. He's like, oh, the line is moving. And he ran back, moved the car. I was like, okay, I'm listening to it. All right, so this guy offered me $100. Oh, the line is moving. Ran back to the I'm thinking, okay. And he's like, offered me $100 if I let him touch me. And it's like, and he's like, and then he comes back, offer me $100. All right, so we're moving the line again. And he's like, I don't know, should I have said yes? And then again, the line is moving, and he comes back running. And I'm like, it's $100, man. Like, it's a really funny story. But it happens a lot, right? So this aggressiveness.
Gay prostitutes.
No, like to me, like 80% of the customers, they're just aggressive. When they come in, and I'm just a cab driver providing transportation. Doesn't super really bother me, but it kind of does.
Don't people say, I'll take you for a ride?
I say that because I'm a cab driver. But
that's not what I mean.
But the problem, no, that's when taken for a ride. There's a mobster when they kill somebody. They put them in a car and they say, "Let's go."
No, people also say that for the other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't do it.
I think that's what they meant when they said.
I didn't do it. So, what was I going to say? So America, the citizens have been brainwashed about two things. One of them is money. Money is the absolute most important thing. Like
Just
even Candace,
give me my
Candace, like she's selling, buy, sell, buy. And everything in life, Americans, if you take money out of it, they don't understand anything. Everything they understand about life is through money. Oh, he's trying to get more money. Oh, made more money. You know what I mean? Whatever. Stuff that doesn't make sense. And the second thing, it's sex.
6.
Sex, not 6. Not 7, 6.
6, 7.
6, 7, not 7. It's the most important thing. Oh, sex. Yeah, I mean, like, sex is all right. Like, for me, I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of time, like, when I hold your mother in my arms, when we go to bed, and I hold her like this, and I feel like she's part of me. It's not sex, but it just makes me super happy, right? Sex is something that you do. I mean,
To make a baby.
Oh.
yeah, but people don't do it to make babies. You do, you know. Again, there's 2 ways of doing sex.
Oh, I understand. You've talked a whole
No, I never told you this. There's 2 ways of doing sex. Either you do it like a sport, to where you're trying to dominate the other person, and the other person is trying to dominate you, and you're supposed to win, and you're doing something like a lot of stuff like acrobatics and that's but it's
The
about
Eiffel Tower.
yeah, kind of. There's a lot of stuff.
High five.
Like there's one of them, and a lot of people do this. It's called the golden shower. You know what that is? When somebody pisses on you and you piss on them. So there's a movie when I was a kid called Bitter Moon. I never saw it, about people like shitting on each other and whatnot. That's the absolute like perversity. So I kept hearing about it. I was like, okay, I've tried most of the stuff. You know, I would try a lot of stuff just once. Never with guys or anything. But I tried to. So I was like, okay, so I had a girlfriend. And I was like, well, let me do this. Well, because people were talking about it, I want to see how it feels. So we went to the bathroom and I peed.
On her?
Yeah. I don't feel proud of. I don't feel proud because it was stupid. But I did it to see what it is. Absolute retarded, doesn't mean anything. And then she was like, okay, my turn. I was like, no, it's not gonna happen. I said it was stupid the first time. She's like, my turn. I was like, no. Okay.
That's crazy.
Yeah, she's like, no. But I've tried most of the stuff. It's stupid. I'll be honest with you. So the other part of the other stuff, which I liked, and that's why I could have been a woman or maybe gay. I like making love, right? To where you want to learn. You're like Christopher Columbus, like Magellan, right?
I understand. You don't have to talk about this anymore.
No. I'm not going to go into
We
detail.
gotcha.
You can go into detail when we're older.
No. But what I'm saying, that's it. Where you want to learn about their hands, and you go and you want to learn everything about their body. You know, like
Magellan
David.
was kind of dumb.
Like David Addison was saying, right? Magellan was not dumb.
Magellan's ship.
So you want to learn. Listen, that's called making love. You want to learn the other person, kind of become like do things later on. But what I'm saying is, even that is not a big deal. Do you know what I mean? Sex is like eating and shitting. You do it, it feels nice. Sometimes it doesn't feel nice. A lot of times it doesn't feel nice in the beginning or with new people.
Wait a minute.
You know what the best physical sensation anybody can have? And you gotta be.
Bruises.
No.
What are you talking about?
The best physical sensation in terms of physical pleasure that beats all the sex stuff. No.
You're weird. I don't know.
When you go to the airport, and about half of the way to the airport, there's traffic.
You pee.
No. Some people pee now. Other things no. But it's what do you call it? No. So you gotta pee,
There's something wrong with
and then you gotta shit. And that's absolute torture. Like, it's absolute torture. You try not to pee on yourself. You're not touching shit.
And you also have to fart as well.
No, farting. Because if you fart, it's over.
Exactly.
We call that sharding.
Yeah. So listen. So you go in and it's really painful on you. Really painful, right?
Watch out.
And you try not to pee, not to shit, right? And you look and it's traffic and you go nuts. It's like, what the fuck? Another 45 minutes, right? And you're stuck and you think about stuff, not to pee
So
and
you
shit.
get out of the car and you pee.
You can't because you're on the freeway.
We'll also let them watch.
So I told you I peed on myself one time in the store, in a Best Buy in Cleveland. I kept it, and I got out, it was cold. And I was like, okay, I'll make it. I was trying to buy something like CD or something. And I get the CD, it's like I couldn't hold it anymore. Down my leg. And then I had flip-flops. Like, it went down my leg. But anyways, so you let the customer go, and you go to a bathroom, and then you sit down, and you pee and shit at the same time. In terms of physical pleasure, shit after you hold it for 45 minutes, which
It
is,
feels so good.
it feels like
Except if you're having,
never ever you're gonna have sex as good as that. Never ever.
except the thing is, if your poop is way too hard, it feels.
it doesn't even matter because your poop is not gonna be hard. Your poop is gonna be, because you go and you kind of sit down and it's like everything comes in like,
Are you
right?
sure?
The pee comes in
Relieve
and the
yourself.
shit comes in like, and all that pain that you had now becomes pleasure, right?
Ah, yes. The poop and the.
I'm telling you, it's better than any
The
sex
pooey.
anybody anytime can ever have in terms of
I
physical.
understand.
Do you know what I mean? Oh, you don't have to have sex. Just don't shit, don't pee for 45 minutes. And then go, right? So sex is okay, but it's not the most important thing, right? That's all you need to remember from this. And there's two ways.
Interesting.
One of them kind of feels like it's the devil, the one with the domination, where it's like you're working out.
That's what we have done.
Because you always want more of that. If you go down that route,
Hey, what? You didn't get angry at her?
I didn't say don't take it. Take it. Because we're finished almost. Yeah, it's like you want to do more. And I try this. Oh, okay, let me try this. It's kind of like killing, right? You go in and you steal and you do this and you do this. It feels like the devil's pathway with the other stuff where you're trying to... It's all about domination and it's stupid, right? I don't care. I don't care to dominate anybody. And it's not a journey into. It's kind of like a competition. And then when people want to do that to you, you say no. Get the fuck out of here.
Alright, there first. And then so you stab
Huh?
with a fork.
Yeah. And that golden shower, better not do it. It's
You
stupid. It's absolutely dumb.
You should have let the other girl do it back onto you.
Well, I didn't. She's like, okay, my turn. I was like, no.
Yes, yes.
Why? Are you crazy?
It would have been fair, but it was so... I'm going to be honest with you. It wasn't that I didn't want to be fair. When I did it, I felt like a loser, right? Everybody was talking about it like it's a big thing. It's really nothing. It's just...
Pee disinfects wounds.
Yeah, it doesn't affect. What I'm saying is from friends, right? It doesn't affect.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just, it's a stupid thing that people have. The problem is with these fucking things, the more you tell yourself, the more you want to do. Because I was trying to find out how Ted Bundy became such a crazy guy. And he said I was watching porn magazines. I started masturbating. Masturbating is when you touch yourself
Yeah,
in the privates. Some people do it. All right.
Continue.
And then I was like, oh, that was not enough. And then I did this, and it was not enough. And then I didn't do it, it was not enough. And then he started choking girls. And I was like, okay, that was nice. But then he wanted to kill him. To see how it is to kill somebody. He liked that. And then he was like, that. And then he was done. It's kind of like drug addicts. You know what drug addicts is? Drug addicts is, what do you call it?
Addiction.
No. You do drugs, and the first time, it feels the best ever. But then it's never going to feel like this again. And you're trying to get the first feeling by doing drugs. You're chasing that first initial feeling.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay. It's actually two questions. It's
Okay.
about cannibals. I know, it's really weird.
About?
Cannibals. I know it's really, really
Cannibals?
weird.
Okay.
Okay, it's just...
I don't know about them.
Okay, it's not that. But in your opinion, do you think cannibals actually like the taste of humans, or they're just like that they inflict fear on other people? Also,
Dinosaurs are
if,
cannibals.
okay, for instance,
So
tigers eat other tigers, then why is it wrong that humans eat other
Tigers eat other tigers.
Well, a lot of animals eat each other.
Yeah.
I don't
So
know.
then,
Life eats
isn't-
life.
we
They
call it-
eat their puppies. I know bears and
I
wolves
know, but
do.
they call it the human nature, or
No.
the way of nature.
Okay. Now you want to be a cannibal now?
I'm just saying, like,
From what I hear, humans taste like chicken.
Oh,
That's what they say. But it's also a mental thing.
so they're insane.
Then on the other side, you can say, hey, stop with the thing.
What did I do?
So Girl and the Goat in Chicago, right? They cook eyes and balls and cow tongue, like cow tongue like this. Your mother, the mother of your grandmother had it. All right, to me that's disgusting. But if you go back to the Native Americans, they said, which kind of makes sense, use every part of the animal.
So you
They
don't
use the
waste
hooves.
it,
Don't waste it. So okay, if you can eat it. And I know I'm hypocritical because I don't want to eat the
Also, I'm
animal.
not trying to be a cannibal or anything, just question.
No, that's fine. So I know I'm not. I'm not trying to be a hypocrite to say, hey, you should eat all the animal. But like for me, like when you see in these movies, like what was it, James Bond, the guy was eating the eye. I can't do that. All right. So maybe the cannibals eat everything.
Also, I'm not like saying what they're doing is right. I'm just saying that other animals also do that. And we're technically animals.
I know the Hawaiians, the ancient Hawaiians, used to do it as a sign of respect.
To eat each other.
Let me see it for a second. They ate James Cook. You know the story of James Cook who discovered the islands? So there were Hawaiians there, but they also came in from other islands. Around Tahiti or something, they moved because other people were stronger than them, so they had to leave, and they got on their boats and they found Hawaii, right? So when the Europeans came, it was Captain Cook. And he came in, and at first it was like Columbus. They thought they were gods, right? Oh, look at these guys. But in the Hawaiian religion, the gods didn't want to have sex with women. And these people were having a lot of sex with the Hawaiian women. So then the Hawaiians like, fuck, these guys are not gods. They're just human beings, right? And then they kind of were doing some trades. They were getting beads and nails for some stuff. Maybe they had gold, but I don't think so. They had some other stuff, whatever, supplies and whatnot. And when one of the Hawaiian people, because they didn't have metal, they were using shark teeth, like their weapons. Their weapons, it's a piece of wood. What are you doing?
Looking at TV.
You're trying to see if you find the guy.
No, I can see the TV reflection through the window.
Yeah, forget about your religion, because I'm talking to you about the Hawaiian weapons. They were pieces of wood, and they had shark teeth on them.
Yes, I'll continue with the James Cook
Aren't
song.
they called spears?
They did have some spears, but it was mostly like clubs.
Yeah, great.
Anyway, so they stole a boat
Interesting.
because they would get the nails from it, right? And then Captain Cook with like 4 soldiers went ashore to get their boat back. By this time, the Hawaiians are not afraid of the whites anymore. And they went in, the Hawaiian chiefs were called Ali. That's what their name was, Ali. So they went and they grabbed one of the chiefs to take him prisoner to say, hey, we'll get you the chief back when you give us our boat. And his wife was like your mother. She would scream a lot. She was like, ah!
So would you. So do you scream.
Yeah, so I was screaming if they take you.
You always scream and then you say, why are you screaming when we're whispering?
Well, I'm the screamer in chief.
Ah.
So anyway, so they had this guy. So then the wife was screaming on the shore, and they were trying to get her to the boats to take him to the big ship on the sea. And the Hawaiians came emboldened and was like, what are you doing? Let the guy go. And these guys, one of the guys shot one of the Hawaiians, I think. And then, but the other ones, the muskets, because they're already in the water, they were wet, so they wouldn't fire. So these people came with clubs. And I'm going to take you there, the Captain Cook Monument where he got killed. It's actually pretty. It has a bunch of coral and a bunch of fishes. Like you just sit and float and there's a bunch of fishes. And now it's supposedly illegal, but we'll still do it. So they have a monument that you can access from the sea with a kayak. Yeah. Anyway, so they ate him out of respect because he was a great leader. So the Hawaiians ate him.
Oh.
How did we get to cannibalism?
You asked serial killers and I got bored.
asked about it.
Why do you want to know about cannibalism?
Oh, no, it was just a question.
Like, how did it, in your mind, how did it you get? A lot of times when I have ideas, I try to trace back because it's A, B, C, D, F. So I would do this exercise. Hey, listen to this. It's the exercise because it's important. And then we're done.
Serial killers.
No. So I was like, okay, I asked, like you were here. I asked about what do you know about cannibalism, right? And then I said, okay, I asked that question. Okay, how did I get to ask that question? And I would try to get to the thought behind the last thought. Okay, what thought I had behind the last one? Okay, so from cannibalism, I said, I heard something, it was a cannibal on TV. Okay, and then how did I get to that thought before that? So I tried to kind of retrace my mind 5 thoughts back. I do this as an exercise.
Silence of the Lambs. That's where it came from, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so you're thinking about asking me about cannibals from Silence of the Lambs because people at school were telling you about Silence of the
No,
Lambs.
because my friend was watching and then I used to research this stuff at school because I got bored.
What did you use to research?
Like serial killers.
Serial killers? Which ones?
The ones. Anyone.
So which ones did you research?
Any of them. Just to see who
So
were
which
the-
one is any of them?
Well, like there's like one person in Florence who used to kill a lot of people, just like dates.
That's a TV show. Yeah, there's a TV show about it.
No,
And I
a
want to
real
watch
person.
it.
It's a real person.
Yeah? No, but I want to watch it because it's about Florence. We like Florence.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's
so
just-
somebody in Florence, okay?
What? No. It wasn't like that. It was just it gets boring.
That's the guy that used to shoot people in cars.
No.
What did the guy, Florence guy?
Huh? The Florence guy who just killed couples.
Yeah, in cars. Yeah, when they're making out. Yeah, there's a TV show about the monster in Florence.
Yes, that's what it was called.
Okay,
And you just research the rest of them because there's not a lot, and you find like there's like 12.
there's
of them.
actually a lot of fucking serial killers. There's a bar in Chicago.
No, you find a lot of them in America, while in the rest of Europe there's not.
Yeah, there's not a lot. I mean,
That's why I was
Romania maybe had one or two throughout their history.
No, that's why I was looking throughout them and I was like, oh wow.
Because America has a lot of these serial killers because pornography, and they say it's not a big deal. They say people shooting schools, it has nothing to do with shooter games. All right, it's all bullshit because you can do any.
Oh yeah, but this makes me uncomfortable because I feel weird
Why?
because I'm talking about this.
But serial killers? Yeah. So yeah, America does have a lot of them. And in Chicago, there's a bar called L&L Tavern. I've never went inside. But supposedly William Gacy and not Bundy, Gacy and there's another guy. They have pictures with them by the bar. One of them used to dress as a clown and kill, I think both of them killed young gay people.
Gay people? Why?
I don't know. They'd have sex with them and kill them. Gacy
Gay, so you know what he was gonna give me.
and Jeffrey Dahmer, maybe?
The cannibal?
Yeah, two guys, yeah.
That's
Is
a
it
gay
the guy?
cannibal.
Yeah, they're both like with gay.
Okay, we can stop talking about this now.
You had people in the fridge.
Oh yeah.
Crazy people, man. But it's like, okay, that's why I never did drugs. Like, I'm crazy as I am. And then you go, okay, let me do some more. And you do, okay, this is interesting. I'm going to do ecstasy. And then you say, well, let me do something else. You never stop. You understand? You once you go down a rabbit hole, you never stop. And I don't want to do drugs, right? So, because for me, I'm alive for a little while until the guy with the dog kills me. And I want to experience life for what it is. I don't want to experience life in computer games all day. I don't want to experience life in whatever it is. I want to know for myself what it is. And drugs is like not something I'm interested in. Like, fuck drugs.
Then why'd you take them in the first place?
I never did. I actually took one puff of marijuana one time because a friend of mine said it was the best there ever was, and I just, I don't like it. You know, I don't like it. Makes people laugh like stupid people. So I smoke cigars, and I used to smoke cigarettes. I don't drink a lot. I drink a little bit. Yeah, my grandfather and my father were really drunks, mean drunks. My father was really mean drunk, so I don't drink a lot. I drink. I can drink. I mean, I can really drink if I want to, but I like to drink when I have company. You know.
Okay.
We're done. What did you learn on the show tonight, Craig?
What? What do you mean?
What did you learn on the show tonight?
Well, I learned
You've
that some
learned.
guy was following you with a dog. Yan am shutaya.
I don't know what the fuck he was doing. Well, I'm gonna go and see if he's outside. The idea is follow your instinct. Your instinct is there for some reason, right? Don't say, hey, it's nothing. Always check yourself and break the spell. If you're ever in a situation that you feel uncomfortable and you feel like oh, somebody's doing a spell, like, oh, and you can't move, you have to get out of it and break it, kind of like you're sleeping, right? And sometimes, you remember when you're sleeping and you can't really move and there's nothing that you can do, there's stuff in the
That's
gym.
called sleep paralysis.
Well, whatever. You got to break it because it is dangerous, right?
No, it's not.
It is dangerous if somebody's doing to you like that. Guy could have killed me in a fucking farm. What else? Always when you go into a place, you pay attention to everything. You're trying to because it's fun. It's fun. You come in and you look at his shoes are dirty. He has mud. Well, there's clean outside. How do you get mud on his shoes, right? You always think about something, right? You know what I mean? Like he's got expensive jacket, but then cheap shoes. Like he's trying to show off. You know, you can tell about, they say really good psychologists by looking at the way people dress. And a lot of times you can tell a lot about people by looking at their shoes. A lot of time, like, you know, when I was a kid, I used to imagine the shoes had feelings and they're like human beings and whatnot. So I always look at people's shoes.
I imagine that cars have feelings and like their headlights are their face.
Yeah.
And you know how there's like
The eyes are the headlights.
Yeah, and then there's like a tiny little like line there, and that's a smile.
And where's the penis?
And what does it freaking matter? And
They're
I
all
would just
females.
look
They're all
like,
females, and they have an exhaust. Go ahead.
nothing.
Oh, that's the S. That's the S where you fart, right? So, so the eyes are the. I would think in a car the windshield would be the face.
No, it's not. It's the eyes. He's right.
So the lights are the eyes. And what else do you mention?
Like, you know how cars usually have like a small long bend thing?
A small long bend.
The
It's like a
fuck does
line.
it
It's like a
matter?
line in the...
Design like that.
The metal stripe on the outside.
Yeah, and
Do you know that thing
that's
that's
their
falling
mouth.
off the taxi?
Huh?
Do you know that thing that's falling off the taxi? Like the thing in the front that's falling off the taxi.
Disappear.
The bumper.
That's the face. That's the mouth.
The bumper is the mouth. And the license plate is the teeth. What the fuck are you doing underneath?
You won't understand.
You never saw me.
Why did you go? All right. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, so maybe so.
Listen. The problem is everybody dies.
Crazy.
Do you understand? Except for you two.
What?
Yeah, you're not gonna die. But what I'm saying is everybody else dies.
Are you sure about
And
that?
there's really no reason. I mean, it's almost impossible to not be afraid. But you have to kind of like, all right, it happens, it happens. You cannot live a life where you're terrified of it, right? Because even with the mob guy that I drove, I mean, it was a legit mob guy. I was so afraid, like looking, you know, because like what you see in movies, like somebody's gonna wait for you and this is, and after a while, it's like fuck it. If it happens, it happens. I'll deal with it when it happens. Like there's no reason for me to just be paranoid. You know, I mean, you gotta be careful, right? But whatever. All right, you can shut it down. Did you take it?